Good afternoon, traders. It's Bill Baruch with Blue Line Futures, and it's your daily midday market minute. Happy Monday. And if you're watching this from YouTube, please click the link there in the corner. It's easy, and subscribe. If you're watching from our website, there's a link below to direct you to YouTube, and you can subscribe that way. We'd love you to follow us. We'd love you to help us build our following. All right, let's get to it here. Now we have equities on rebound mode. Yeah, on Friday, the S&P did hit 4,500, but it strengthened into the close, and it's after some jockeying here through the open. The bulls have won out so far, but you have the S&P testing into major three-star resistance. This aligns with that previous peak from February 2nd, February 9th that we shot through early last week on the positive peace talks, but we then surrendered as the week unfolded. Overall, though, big area, because that was also where, when the market was moving back lower, it broke down from. So 45, 66, 65 area up to 45, 75. That's major three-star resistance in the S&P. Now, really driving this is tech. You have a number of tech names moving higher, especially communications like Facebook and Alphabet, but a really very broad keying off of Twitter. Elon Musk obviously announced a 9.2% stake in Twitter, and Twitter's up nearly 30% here on the day. So that's really kind of just brought life to the sector, and tech is leading things higher. Now, once the Nasdaq got out above about 14,995, nearly aligning with the 15,000, started to melt back up, back above 15,100, and that's where the 200-day moving average is. So we basically pinged that 200-day moving average, settled in here right now as I'm talking, but do we continue to extend these gains and get above there, or does major three-star resistance in the S&P as well as the 200-day moving average and the Nasdaq encourage a little bit of profit taking in the session and a little bit of a retreat? New month, got some new money flowing in. Friday's close brought some new money, likely some rebalance, potentially a little bit of tailwind there, and then obviously here today. So new money kind of hitting as well, and you have just good positive momentum moving. We have a lot of support and resistance levels laid out in the Morning Express. They're all very valid, but if the market does retreat, and we highlighted that settlement from Friday coming in today was a big point of balance, aligned with our momentum indicator 45.36, 45.39. If we surrender that on the session somehow, that would be ugly, and that would leave a tail. Speaking of tails, that weekly tail last week was pretty ugly. So take today with a grain of salt, but what you cannot ignore is a positive close. Higher from these levels is likely to garner added momentum. So keep all that in mind. Now, moving things early overnight was obviously news flow coming out of Russia-Ukraine. And after a lot of these photos that were released over the weekend, what Russia had done around Kyiv, overall, you're getting a lot of backlash and a lot of talk of these being war crimes, and the fact that you need to do something here. So you're getting European officials, they're moving closer to getting a new sanctions on Russian energy, and that got crude oil going off of a low. Now, it's a pretty constructive bottoming pattern. Technically, we highlighted that in the Morning Express. Moving into some resistance levels. All those resistance levels are highlighted in the Morning Express, but what I will say is you have a point of balance, about 101.50 to 101.80 or so. Out above there, the bulls are in the driver's seat, but check out those resistance levels. And then as for gold and silver, yes, a higher dollar here on some of those, so safe haven or so, or just some of the news, I think that's tied as well with the energy and Russia talks. But overall, yeah, higher dollars weighing on gold just a little bit. And then you also have the Treasury market moving back down, meaning yields are higher here a little bit on the session, all weighing on gold. But overall, though, that's just weighing on gold from the highs on the day. I think it was a pretty constructive move off of support, 1923, 1926 area, aligning with that 2011 record high before it was broken in 2020. So that's a big area battling at. You had the miners like Newmont Mining, big move on Friday. They're giving up some gains here today, so keep an eye on the miners. But overall, gold constructive as long as it can hold out by the major three-star resistance. However, silver had some early selling here after the bell, and it has some work to get back. But overall, I think gold, take close watch on that and the miners, and it's going to give you an idea if this thing wants to move higher. A lot of resistance overhead, but very constructive, as I mentioned. So, our trade desk is here to talk about anything on the board: platinum, copper, other metals, energies. We're here to help. 312-278-0500. Remember, futures trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors.